we got somebody that's very special to us, but also to Nateland. Nic Novicki, everybody. Hey.
Hello. Hello,
Welcome to
folks.
Folkland.
Thank you for having me. And I'll tell you what, I love that hello Mick in the background. It's great to be here.
I was trying to think what else to put, but
I like it. The special place in the folks' heart, I'll tell you that. I definitely love it when you show up on the pod. I'm always hoping to see your face pop back up. You always crack me up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're a good balance with, Nate's like dry, serious humor, and Nic is like this big smile on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
it's
what do you
fun.
say we kick this baby off with a little rundown? Well, thank you. That's flattering. Oh, you're talking about Nateland, not Folkland. Okay, sorry. Let me get my head out of the clouds. Okay. Well, we do too. We love Nateland. So.
I mean, I love
All
Folkland.
right. So here we
Folkland
go.
Too. Yeah.
Well, thank you. On episode 141 of Nateland, the Mafia, featuring Mike Vecchione, the guys took us to the mattresses, but not before we recapped Europe. Aaron was MIA, leaving us to believe there might be a hit out on him. Dusty was back and full of wisdom, like how rewarding it is to take off your shoes and feel the texture of a tree's bark. Brian reminisced over Eleanor's arrival as his family celebrated her first birthday this week. And Nate was cheated out of all but the free part of his gelato in Amsterdam. Turns out the reviews were right about that place. All right. So, JP, you want to hit us up with some comments?
Are you there? We can't. I will. I just want to make sure that Nick's video is working. I don't see it on my end. Do you see it on your end?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There it is.
Do I need to hit something else?
Well, technology, everybody. No, you're good.
I'll tell you what, though, if somebody would do a video podcast,
so, go ahead.
If there was anybody to do a video podcast without video, it'd be me. All right, so I'll
it's good stuff. Well, last week we talked about Europe.
Yeah. And I have zero to add to that. I've never been there, but some of the comments this week have been really interesting. ETP said that luck of the Irish, only lucky on the left again. He's talking about our audio every week. We have audio issues. So I'm going to call Eric, his Mafia name is going to be called Left Ear, because every week it seems to be only on his left ear. So I think that's you, Eric. I love you, buddy, but I think it's all you.
It's true.
Jody said she's a geography nut, and it killed her how little Nate knew about where he was going. But, that is the price to pay when you watch Nateland, is when they actually talk about a topic and they don't know too much about it. That's the fun. Right. That's the fun. And I also want to shout out Rusty, who loved our post-scene epilogue last week. Rusty, you are awesome. Thanks for watching every week, buddy.
Thanks, Rusty. We like that post-scene too. All right, so
Nick.
Hello,
folks. Go ahead, Brandy.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I'm getting a delay for different microphones, but anyway, all right, Nick, I don't know if we ever heard this story on the pod, but how did you and Nate meet? Because you're from Connecticut, which is my state, and Nate's in Tennessee. So how did you guys even connect?
So we met doing stand-up in New York. we actually originally met through our mutual friend who's been on the podcast, Dustin Chafin. So Dustin was in charge of this comedy club, the Boston Comedy Club. And that's where we sort of kind of started to hang out. And then we started living together and became like, obviously, very, very close. And many years of fun times and video games and touring and all kinds of stuff.
Very cool.
So that was
That's awesome.
That's pretty much. Yeah, I know. There's
thinking,
I wish there was like a magical thing where we met on like a sunset and like we were in the hills together. Like, come on, I've got water and candy. But it was more just like this stereotypical comedian meets another comedian while they're telling jokes.
Yeah. I kind of figured you guys met that way. But obviously you guys hit it off to go from not just being fellow comics, but roommates. That's a big step.
Yeah.
So I was thinking while you guys were working in New York, since this week is Mafia, okay, have you guys talked about this when you were living in New York? Are there like any stories you remember? Like, do you have anything to contribute as far as your time in New York concerning the Mafia?
Well, I think actually both of us, we love watching the movie Goodfellas. We've definitely watched that movie quite a few times on the tour bus. There's videos of us like watching it together. But I think that was always, to me, that's my favorite kind of movie, mob movies. So I love that. Mike Vecchione, shout out Mike V, great comic. His special's coming out. But I've known Mike forever because I started doing comedy in Philly, actually with Mike. And so I love the mob, mob stories. And I love stories, how there's mob stories in Philly, New York, and actually Connecticut. New Haven had a big mob scene too, because it was in between New York and Boston. And I was on The Sopranos, and I was on Boardwalk Empire. So I've been in the world of mob, pretend mafia.
Did that feel?
But,
did it feel like you were immersed in that world?
What's that?
I said, did it make it feel like you were immersed in that world?
Yeah. I mean, definitely did.
I would think so.
When we were at, Boardwalk Empire. Yeah, it was.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, but it's fun. I mean, I honestly haven't heard the episode yet. In all honesty, I didn't hear the episode yet, but
that's okay.
I'm curious to hear how little knowledge Nate knows about the Mafia aside from Goodfellas. Maybe he knows everything.
Well, don't worry. Vecchione was backing him up. He knew all the stuff. It was an interest of his, and he had read a lot and watched a lot of programs. And yeah, he knew a lot of stuff.
I believe that. Vecchione is like, I would say, like, if there was a comedian that could be like a professor in Mafia, it would be Mike Vecchione. So, I don't know if he's going to like that. I referenced him that way, but...
well,
he's the best.
I can see it. Here in Indiana, we had a famous gangster called John Dillinger. You guys heard of John Dillinger?
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. We don't have to share that story if you haven't heard of him.
No. Is it fun? Is it a good story?
Well, it's just he had ties to my town. I live in Terre Haute, and he just said he wouldn't ever rob a bank in Terre Haute because he would get railroaded. We have too many trains here. It's the truth.
That's cool.
Well, Nic, we know that on the pod, you guys are, like you said, hanging on the bus, have different adventures. You guys talk about being on the road. And I was just thinking about all the different stories that have already been shared on the pod from you guys. Do you have one that, whether it's been shared or not, a story that you've experienced that's like a fun memory that still makes you laugh about being on the road with your friends?
You know, it's kind of hard to say because every week we get a new story, you know, so it's like a good, I mean, we're obviously doing comedy together and it's a job, but it's also kind of like summer camp.
Mhm.
You guys, we just hang out and we're just, you know, joking around and having a good times. But yeah, no, I mean, there's been I mean, certainly, you know, it was in his special. And we've talked about it on the pod too, but Nate definitely plays tricks on me all the time. So there's, you know, for literally the whole drive-in tour, he convinced me that he didn't know who Tanya Harding was or Nancy Kerrigan. So there was like a running gag between that and that was definitely funny because it's like we had all this footage of it. So it appeared in like, you know, in the special, but also in like clips. And I think we talked about it on the pod too. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun stuff like that. And I think the fun thing too is that it's kind of like a rotating family where there's different comics coming in and out. And, you know, I'm there for one show, this other person's there. Just like the podcast, there's always, you know, aside from the core, you know, Bates and Aaron and, you know, it seems like over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of different people. And now Dusty, who's hilarious, you know, so that's awesome. But I actually haven't been on Nateland in a year.
It's time.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't been back to Tennessee. That's been the problem. So you got to do. Oh no, you're good.
Mm-hmm. No, we look forward to.
We had a little sound delay.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So about a year ago, you were on tour with. You were on.
Go ahead, Brandy. You're good.
And I got to meet you in Indianapolis.
We got to share that photo.
Okay.
Can you share the photo on screen? Or is that hard
decides to let us. I'll try.
Oh, no worries. It's a fun photo, though.
Yeah, I know Nick and I were supposed to meet.
I know. Where was that? In Massachusetts?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
Yeah. And then I hurt myself or something.
Indianapolis. I love Indianapolis, by the way. Shout out to the city. Look at that. Look at that. I'm taking a photo. I'm sending this. Hang on a second here. Look at that. Boom.
I love it.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun. Those are fun shows in Indianapolis. I love the city.
Yeah. We love Indy too. I live about an hour outside of it. My memory of this picture when we met was I had made this new artwork for Nate. I was so excited to get to meet him. And my husband and my two oldest kiddos, they were teenagers, still are, got to come. And so I put that inside there, and I had learned that Nick was going to be on the tour, and I had heard about these road stories about the shenanigans on the bus. And so I wrote on there, you know, don't be messing up this artwork. Don't bend. This means you, Nick. And so whenever Nate read that, he got such a kick out of it, and he called Nick over. And then I was like, I get to meet Nick too. It was exciting. Okay, but that's not my funny story.
That was a fun time.
Yeah. So
okay, good.
You, Nick, had a joke in your set at the time. You had a joke about how these really tough guys had this tendency to say they got your back.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it was really a funny joke. And you would say, hey, I got you. They would say that to you. Got you. I got you. Okay, so fast forward. It's the end of the show. We get to meet Nate. We get to meet Nick. All this is going on. It's going delightfully. Had a great time meeting Nate. I feel like I even got to encourage the man, during this time. And then it's like, it's over. He's leaving. And I say, hey, if you ever need anything, as he's walking away, it's like, if you ever need anything. And so now, to this day, my husband and my 2 teenagers tease me relentlessly. Hey, Nate, I got you. They tease me, Nick.
Well, that's awesome.
That's great.
It's like I almost made
Well, we
it.
do, though.
I'm
And she will.
It's like I almost made it like a normal human.
You did make it. Yeah, I think you did make it, and I feel like I'm part of the family now. So that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
No, we had
Definitely.
we had a great time, and that artwork was awesome too. I really liked that. And I remember Nate being like blown away, being like, "That's awesome." So, and then I bent it right after.
Tip. That means a lot to
that
me.
was the problem.
Oh, yep. It's like, I'll show you, boss me around. So what's the next question you got, Nick?
Well, here's the thing, Nick. We know that you have a big heart, and we want to give you a chance to talk about the Disability Film Challenge because that is so cool. We are rooting for you every time you share something. And as somebody who has friends who have children with disabilities, and I have some people in my family who have disabilities, I love everything that you do. And
absolutely.
I know this is like a big, broad question, but how did that begin? And what are you the most excited about right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much for your support. I'm the founder and director of the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. It's a 5-day filmmaking competition where you need to have somebody with a disability in front of or behind the camera. And it actually starts next week on March 28th to April 2nd. This is the 10th year. So 10 years ago, I started the Disability Film Challenge because I was always making my own stuff, like shorts and web series and crazy little indie films. And even back when I was living with Nate and Dustin, I would always do these kind of things. And then that led to opportunities. But I was like, why aren't more people with disabilities doing this? So I created the Disability Film Challenge 10 years ago, and it's kind of grown year after year. And then now we're in year 10. And what I'm most excited about is it's led to so many jobs for people with disabilities. And it's people being able to tell their stories. The films don't have to be about disability. It's just about including people. So it's been really fun to see. And,
absolutely,
I've been honored to tour around the country. Actually, Indianapolis, I come every year, Heartland Film Festival. So next year you should come out when we do a screening.
I would love that.
In October. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
And it's been fun.
Great.
So make sure to go on our YouTube channel. Also, if you go to disabilityfilmchallenge.com, you can learn all about it.
Yeah, that's great. I love it so much.
Folks, if you're not following Nick on his socials, make sure you're going to do that.
Yes.
Besides his YouTube channel for that, make sure you're following him on Instagram for sure. He has all the updates for all of that. I love to see a good Nick update.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I mean, I think it's really cool because it's different. It's different to have an idea, but you did it. You had this idea, and now it was birthed into something great. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
very inspirational.
It's kind of it's sort of nutty. It was something that I was just doing kind of on the side, and then it grew a lot. Over the years. Is like a thing, and it's something fun because I can do stuff even while I'm on the road. I just respond to emails, or I do a little video, or do stuff like that. And so ultimately, it's just people taking their own careers and making their own stuff, and so it's been fun.
Very cool.
And then this year, the genre is romance.
Make sure
so
that you're supporting this. awesome thing.
Thank you. I mean, let's see if we get some
Anyway.
gangster movies in this year. The genre is romance, but I don't know. Maybe we get a little gangster romance. What do you think, Mike
Gangster
Vecchione?
yeah.
romance. That sounds
Mike
like
Vecchione, I'm calling you out. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, definitely.
You got as a baseball bat?
I always have my baseball bat. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So Nate just directed Greg Warren, Mike, Joe, their specials. Nateland Productions, is there a Nic Novicki special coming up? Because I think it's time. I think we need one.
No. Well, we'll see. Right now, it's been fun just kind of putting stuff together, and I've just been honored to get so many opportunities and to tour with Nate, and it's just been so fun. And we'll see what the future holds. I got some exciting updates of like projects as an actor. Some other things, and obviously, follow me online to get all those updates stand-up wise. But I just feel honored to be part of the Nateland family.
Yeah. Hopefully you can be back on the pod when they talk about Connecticut so you can represent us.
Yes.
I know. That's the hard part. I got to get to Tennessee. So I got a 2-year-old. That's the harder part. I got to get back though, because I miss being there.
Yeah. We loved seeing you after the filming of Nate's special as part of the cheering staff there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was a special night. So I opened for him in that special. And so that was really fun to do those shows in Phoenix.
Great.
And then and to be there just a part of that night. And he obviously killed it, as you could see from the special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
Very
really
cool.
cool. Yeah. I'm glad you got to do that. That's
Yeah.
a really cool opportunity.
It was a really cool opportunity. It was really fun. Is that Christmas? What is that behind the Christmas tree in the under the Hello Mick?
No, it's fake.
Oh.
It's fake ivy.
Oh, I thought it was Christmas. I was
No.
like, I love that. I'm a huge Christmas fan, so I would have been like, you know what? Let's keep it going. I feel like we needed, some decorations right about now.
I still do have a garland around my clock upstairs, and some Christmas lights upstairs. I do still have that going on. I like
awesome.
it.
Me too.
So Mick, have you ever been to Europe?
I have. Yeah. So I've done a bunch of military gigs. And so we went all over the Middle East and Europe and performed at bases all over Germany and Spain and Kosovo and England and Portugal and we got to go to France, all these different things, so it was really cool.
Wow.
Belgium, I've been to Netherlands, all of these different places. And so it was funny to hear Nate talk about that with the ice cream, because that's something I don't think about. I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
So.
Right, you are. Yeah. Brandy, you thought that was hilarious, didn't you? I know you were talking about that.
we have put up a meme on our Folkland Instagram yesterday, and the folks seem to like it a lot.
That's great.
Yeah,
you guys are
had
great.
like a side by side of.
Yeah, you guys, the memes,
Well,
you
thank
guys
you.
too are
We
great.
try.
I love those memes. You guys did a great one for when I crashed my bus, or when I crashed the minivan. There was one, but I told the story about how I crashed this minivan with little people in it, and you did a great little meme
story.
and a whole thing with that. Yeah.
Okay. That's one of my favorite stories you've ever told.
Me too.
Ever. And I know it's tragic.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
the ending, though, I'm glad nobody got hurt.
In a parking garage again.
I was gonna say I'll never drive a minivan again.
So one of my favorites was a little video clip. I love the banter between you and Justin Smith. And that's a pretty great ongoing thing. I love my favorite video was whenever you pushed him off of the bus. That was great.
You know, that video, it was so funny because we were in Indiana actually for that video. I think we were in Evansville, Indiana. And what was funny about it is we were doing it and he falls, I push him, and he actually he's like a real actor and a stuntman. You know, I kind of start to push him and he falls back. And as he falls back, an ambulance comes into frame at the perfect timing, and it just kind of stops. I was like, it looks like we're a Hollywood production, and we had this ambulance to just play there.
Always good for the laughs. I do love that. Nick, we can't thank you enough for taking a few minutes of your precious time and spending with us folk ladies today.
Oh, it was awesome. So thank you so much. And thank you for all your support. You know, I know you guys are always engaging with me and the film challenge and all the comics. And, you know, it's, you know, you give a lot of support to the folks and to the comics, you know, that interact and get to be a part of the world. So thank you. And I hope that when we go to Connecticut that we do finally get to meet, because I remember that you sent in the message and it didn't work out. I can't remember what happened, but it was we'll have to hang out.
I know.
And you could bring some artwork and tell me not to bend it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, it'll be my turn, right?
Special for you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
That sounds awesome.
And if I had known, I would have dressed up like a gangster too. I love gangster stuff. So, you know, next time I'm coming in full gangster gear. You heard that, Mike Vecchione?
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Nick.
Well, guys,
Thank
you're
you.
awesome, Nick. We love you.
I love you guys.
Folks. It sure was good to see Big Mick.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's making a good name for himself.
He comes from good people.
Yeah.
So, did you get the stuff?
Yeah, I gave it to Big Mama. She's putting it in hot water right now.
Ooh, Big Mama gets things done.
Did you talk to the weasel?
Yeah, the delivery's already been made. I'll bring her with me when I come.
Good. How about baby JJ? Did you talk to her?
I heard she was wearing a wire for the feds these days.
That Jen. I mean, baby JJ. Whew. You know, family got to stick together.
Yeah, that's the good sauce right there.
Can't wait for that good sauce. The family deserves that good secret sauce, you know?
Yeah. So, if it's okay with you, I'll come on over if you're ready.
Family's always invited. Doors always open. Tonight's going to be a good night.
It's been a long time since I had manicotti!
Hey.
Nola for dessert.
Can't wait.